There was a time when women were honoured for their ability to bleed, for their 30-day rhythm, and for the gifts each phase of their cycles brought. Our bodies weren't seen as inconvenient. They were considered sacred, powerful, and essential to the whole community. It wasn't until I studied traditional yoga and Ayurveda that everything shifted. I learnt why women were once respected for the intuitive power that comes with bleeding, and what happens when we start honouring that again. Come into either tabletop or just sitting on your knees for some cat-cows. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest and tilt your pelvis to round your spine any amount. Inhale, lift your chin, open your chest, rounding your spine the other way now. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Keep going at your own pace, just using your breath to focus down into your pelvis and womb area. Maybe even concentrate on bending mostly from your lower back as you arch back and forth. Just getting the energy moving in your sacral area. Take a final few rounds, and when you're ready, come to stillness. Find a comfortable position for a quick somatic check-in to come into our body and create a deeper somatic awareness before we get into our yin poses. Take some deep breaths all the way down into your belly. Notice how you feel after. Notice if there are any areas of particular tension or stress. This could be physical tension, emotional tension, or any kind of activation or bracing in your body. If there are multiple areas of sensation coming to your awareness, just choose one for now. Maybe focus on a smaller, less intense one, rather than going straight to the biggest sensation. And we're not trying to understand why this sensation exists. We're simply just giving it space to exist as it is. Once you've identified an area of activation, very slowly bring your breath into that part of your body. Maybe also bring your hand or even a pillow there to provide a little bit of pressure. Notice how that part of you responds to the pressure. Does it relax a little, or does it become more activated? There's no right or wrong. This exercise is simply to build understanding and awareness of what's going on in our bodies. Once you've connected with that sensation, start to get curious and learn about it. Does it move? What color? What shape? What texture is it? Does it have a sound? Express any of this through movement or sound or breath if it feels good. Notice if there's a desire to change or get rid of the sensation. And notice what that feels like in your body too. Does that desire to fix or change create more tension or less? When you're ready, gently opening your eyes if they were closed and looking around the room, reorienting yourself to your current reality, looking left, right, up, down, just showing your body that you are currently safe. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin. Feel the connection with whatever you're sitting or laying on. For the rest of this class, it's recommended that you use either a bolster or a few pillows or even a thick folded blanket. It's possible to do all of these poses without a bolster, but since our body is doing so much work internally while we bleed, using some soft support just allows our body to access a much deeper state of rest and softness. So if you can, grab something soft and preferably quite thick. Beginning sitting on your heels. Take your bolster and place it behind you. Take your knees out slightly wider than your hips. Tuck your bolster right up to your toes and bring your hands behind you. Gently lower yourself down so you're laying on your bolster with your knees still bent. You should feel a light stretch along the entire front side of your body. If this is causing any pain or discomfort, try either a higher support or simply come back up, untuck your legs, and lay back on your bolster with your legs straight. Let your arms rest wherever they want to. Maybe out long, maybe on your body somewhere. Make sure your body is completely comfortable. This shouldn't feel challenging like some other yoga poses do. It should feel completely comforting and safe. Breathe into the opening in your chest, the space in your shoulders, and also bring your breath down into your lower belly. The time after our period can be compared to spring. Winter is over. There are new leaves and flower buds beginning to blossom. The streams are running again, and animals are slowly starting to wake up from their winter slumber. The archetype of this phase, for me, is our maiden or inner child. We feel reborn. We have fresh perspectives. We may not be fully matured and capable yet, but we have renewed energy and inspiration. This is a time for playing, gentle creation, and doing things that we love. After spring comes summer. This is more commonly known as ovulation. This is everyone's favorite phase because the flowers are in full bloom, everything is teeming with life in full force. In this phase, we embody the archetype of the seductress. We have so much life force, so much energy, so much potential for creation. We are physically at our most energetic. This is when, if we've rested enough during winter, we are deeply magnetic and able to conquer anything and everything we put our minds to. Very slowly and gently begin to lift yourself out of this pose and into a neutral seat. And just take a moment to recenter. When you're ready, bring your legs out wide. Bring your bolster around to the front of you and place it in between your legs. Lightly flex your toes back towards you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge at your hips, keeping your low back long and bend about halfway. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale and release completely onto your bolster. Make any modifications here for maximum comfort. The only goal here is that your body feels supported. Remember to breathe deeply and softly. Maybe feeling your back expand and shrink back down with each inhale and exhale. When summer comes to an end, we experience what can feel like a sudden drop into autumn. This is more commonly known as our luteal phase. After summer, we've spent all our energy, and now we're preparing for the deep rest of winter. Leaves fall from the trees, and animals stock up on food so they can reserve their energy all winter long. The archetype of this phase is our wild woman. We might feel irritable, annoyed, or even enraged at times. It's normal to feel like the world is falling apart, or to feel extra critical and negative during this time, because our bodies are preparing for winter. We're making sure our surroundings are safe enough for us to sleep and rest when winter arrives. This is not a free pass to treat others poorly, but an invitation to give our wild woman within some space to express without harming others. When winter does arrive, everything comes to a standstill. Almost all signs of life are hidden away, reserving their energy and sleeping. The archetype for this phase is the witch, the crone, or the wise woman. Our intuitive senses are heightened, and we're naturally more withdrawn inwards. We might spend some time in spaces between worlds, introspecting, gaining valuable insights into the world around us. In ancient times, this was when women would be left completely alone to receive visions that would influence the future decisions and survival of the tribe. An unknown woman from the Yurok tribe once said, "Menstruating women should isolate themselves because this is when they are at the height of their powers, and thus should not waste their time on mundane tasks and social distractions. Rather, all of one's energies should be applied and concentrated on finding out the nature and purpose of one's life." Take a final few breaths here. On an inhale, slowly lift yourself back up and take a minute to come back into a neutral seat. Come into a comfortable position for a practice to embody your wise woman witch archetype. I like to sit either on my knees or on my bolster so my legs don't get pins and needles. But choose whatever position is comfortable for you. And you will be able to change position if you need to. Once you find your seat, just come into stillness. Start by using your breath to bring your awareness down into your body. Maybe imagine that your awareness is floating just above the top of your head. And imagine that there's a trapdoor at the top of your skull. And this trapdoor slowly opens, inviting your awareness inside. Imagine your awareness making its way through the trapdoor and coming down into your body. Deepen and lengthen your breath to help that awareness come down a little further each time. Coming down past your head, your neck, your shoulders, down into your chest. Allowing it to move at its own pace and just get used to its new surroundings. The invitation here is to use your breath to bring your awareness all the way down to your belly, down into your hips, your pelvis, your womb. Once you're there, imagine your pelvis is like a cauldron. It's filled with magical liquid. At your own pace, and while keeping your breath and awareness down in your body, just begin to slowly stir the cauldron, moving your hips in any way you want to. play with the speed, slowing down, speeding up, allowing any other part of your body that wants to move to move. Just making sure to keep your breath and awareness connected to your body and your movements. We're building on the pillars of embodiment here: awareness, breath, and movement. As you continue to allow yourself to drop deeper, see if you can connect to the one who stirs the cauldron, your inner witch, your wise woman, your crone, seer, visionary, magic maker. Maybe she's old and hunched over from carrying so much wisdom. Maybe she's young and has a fierceness to her. What does your wise woman look like? What does she sound like? Feel free to go even deeper by expressing any of those sounds. And see if you can use your pillars of embodiment, awareness, breath, and movement to connect more specifically to her. How does she want to move? How does she want to breathe? What noises does she make? Does she want to scream, cackle, or remain silent? What's she doing with her hands? Her face? Play with her energy, allowing her to express through you in any way. Maybe bring your gaze to the spot right between your eyebrows, your third eye. Eyes closed, allow it to rest there, and allow yourself to get lost in each moment. The invitation here is to ask your inner witch, is there anything you would like me to know? Maybe she's content to simply be witnessed. Maybe she has a verbal or a non-verbal message for you. Staying connected to your embodiment, just give her some space to share whatever is coming up with you. Take another minute or so with her. slowly start to make your way back to stillness. Maybe rock back and forth, have a little shake. Keep your gaze low as you slowly open your eyes and return to the room. Give yourself a hug and some squeezes. Our next pose is legs up the wall. If you have a wall or even just a piece of furniture nearby that you can elevate your legs on, come to lay down on your back in front of that. If not, you can choose to either hold your legs up unsupported with your feet flexed, or just place your bolster under your knees. Find a comfortable place and breathe. Consider how forcing ourselves to perform at our usual standards when we're bleeding is not helpful. It actually cuts us off from our very unique superpowers and starves the world of the unique, womanly, irrational, illogical insight that it so desperately needs. This is your time for clearing and preparing for future plans. Honoring your body's need for more rest is just as necessary as doing the plans themselves. It would be like planting new seeds in a garden full of dead plants. We need to allow a day or two to clear the old before planting the new. Otherwise, the new will struggle and we may never achieve what we truly desire. Someone once referred to this phase as composting, and I think that's a perfect analogy. We might feel dirty, disgusting, like we're literally decaying, but that's exactly what we're meant to be doing. We need to allow ourselves to rot, because that is what produces the most beautiful, nutrient-rich soil when we plant our next seeds. Take your time bringing your legs down from wherever they were and come to lay flat on your back. Inhale, hug one knee into your chest. Exhale and allow that knee to fall over to the opposite side, twisting through your spine. Keep both shoulder blades firmly against the mat. Maybe bring your hands out to either side and allow your head to fall to the opposite side to deepen the twist a little more. It's okay to not have capacity right now. It's okay to feel down and sad. That's actually how you're meant to feel right now. Inhale, gently bring your legs back to center, and exhale. Inhale, hug the other knee into your chest. Exhale and allow that knee to fall over to the opposite side, twisting through your spine. Keep both shoulder blades on the mat. You are just as worthy as everybody else of rest and isolation when your body asks for it. No matter what is stopping you in your daily life, it's your responsibility to do your best to make a moment for yourself to stop, be still, and listen inwards. See it as a service you are doing to everyone and everything around you. As you honor your unique gifts, your life will reap the benefits in ways that might surprise you. On an inhale, bring your legs back to center. Hug both knees into your chest and take a big final inhale. And exhale, release everything down. Just be with whatever's there. If there's one thing I hope you leave today's class with, it's the question: what if having a period is not a curse, but a very important gift? Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.